Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing well. If you're the first time here, welcome. My name is Tony and mainly do videos about vintage items and secondhand items, and also in the future I'm gonna make some home decoration videos, and also in the much further future I'm gonna also talk about some tips if you are going to study in Europe, mainly Spain, because I used to live there for 4.5 years, and I was gonna make a video about some tips for you guys, but I personally feel like it's not a great time. Everything is pretty much gonna close down mode, and it will be better if I make this video later on. So today I want to talk about a video that is actually mainly about why do we buy secondhand. What's the pros, what's the cons, is it worth it, do you think it's a mainstream now, or do you think that it's totally not comfortable for you to buy that? I want to know your guys' opinions, so feel free to leave comments down below so I can know your opinions, and let's get started to today's video. So before I start today's video, this video is gonna be two parts. The first part is mainly about me talking about why I buy secondhand. I also have a few things I want to show you guys that is I purchased secondhand, and then I'll show you the price as well. And if you are interested in the further details, leave comments down below so I can make more videos about those items I am going to show you. And the second part will be an unboxing, which I'm very excited of. It's a new purchase, and I'll reveal what it is and the price later on. So let's get started with the first part. Why do we buy secondhand? Well, for me personally, the first thing is the affordability. I'm still quite young, so I do have a limited amount of budget, and when I think of this kind of thing, for me it's kind of like stock market, kind of. Personally, I don't really do stock market because I'm not very good at it, but I sometimes do purchase items, and then if I have any needs, I am able to sell those items and get most of my money back. Well, personally, I do like different options, so that's why I'm purchasing multiple lower price secondhand vintage items, because I like a classic with a twist. So I'm not completely like I want to go completely classic or completely like black and the most durable leather. That's not me. I actually like more. Price will be more friendly, and the item is a little bit different, but I still have a classic vibe. That's another reason why I buy secondhand, because a lot of time in vintage market you can actually find those items in a very good price. So let me first show you what I'm talking about. The first item is definitely gonna be this bag. This is a Chanel classic flap in the single flap in the medium size, and I hope it's a bit blurring out since we're in the light. So so I'm gonna definitely insert some of the close-up. So this is the bag. As you guys can see, you have a major moss bite. I think it's moss, I have no idea. And then they have a lot of wears on the side, even on the corner. If you're thinking of purchasing this kind of item, and you are thinking of, wow, is it possible to repair it? And the answer is yes, actually. So the handbag cleaning dash actually is able to gonna fix this, but due to current pandemic, so I have to delay everything. But I actually quite like the used trace, just because it gives it a vibe. It kind of tells a story, which I really love. And yeah, that's why I really love this bag. And the price I purchased for this bag is actually 350 euros, which is around $370. This is definitely a good option for people if, for example, that's how I went through in my mind, is that I do want the classic flap, but am I gonna bite the bullet and then save up for a year for all of my savings and then just purchase one black caviar leather classic flap? For me, that's not what I want, and I stumbled upon this bag, which is purchased on Vizier Collective, and at the time I do have the amount of money, and actually used a very good service, which is 3x payment, which pretty much symbols that you're gonna pay half of the bag first, and then you get the bag, and then for the for the next 2 months you have to pay the rest of the money. So I pretty much, the first one I only paid $175 more or less, and then the rest will be a half, which is really good as well. And I'm gonna show you guys a little bit of detail here. As you guys can see, I tied this tie over here is because the older Chanel cloth bags, actually they will tie their straps, so it doesn't look that good. So I put a ribbon here and tied it, so when I kind of pull the bag, you can only pull it like this or like this, so the ugly part doesn't really show. So that's why I use my technique. I'm gonna pick my fillings out, and then you can see that it's a beautiful fuchsia color. You can see Chanel over here, and you can see Made in France over here. So I really love this bag. This is one of my best purchase ever. I really love this bag, and this comes back to the first point, the affordability. Most I personally do not buy like big Zara hauls or something. I save up, and then when this kind of opportunity came upon, I will definitely go through and purchase the item. The next point is I really want to talk about is actually the quality. So most of the vintage and secondhand items, unfortunately, it's very common at the moment, well, due to mass production, so they have to low down their quality control for the leather, for how it's made. It's a very quite common thing now in most of the fashion house. But if you buy secondhand, you can definitely find a very good quality leather or well-made items as well. So this is another example I want to show you guys. If you do not know, this is actually by Hermes, and yes, it's a very low-key style, which personally I really like as well. And I purchased this bag in for 320 euros, which is more or less $340, around that price. This is a very good price as well, and as well it kind of resembles of the better quality. So what I'm saying of better quality, not only I'm comparing with the same brand in the same year, I'm more of talking about the same price range. So you can, for $340, you can actually, well, probably buy a brand new Coach bag. But this is an Hermes bag, so I'm not saying Coach have a bad quality. I'm just saying that compared to Hermes, Coach have a lower quality, but I do like their new design, so I'm also looking for those new designs in secondhand market as well. And as you can see, $340, Michael Kors, Marc Jacobs. Not saying that they're bad brands, I'm just saying that if you're a first-time collector or you're thinking of purchased your first designer handbag, do you want to go for Marc Jacobs or Michael Kors, or do you want to go for Hermes? That's when I go through my thought process and I decide, okay, I'm gonna try to find the best price as possible. And I stumbled upon this on Visitor Collective as well, and it was actually 320 euros. As I say, it's actually originally 340, and then they found an extra flaw, so we managed to lower down the price a little bit more. And yeah, such a good bag as well, perfect for everyday use. When you're I'm going to show you guys a little bit of the details. So this is the bag, and when you open the bag, it's you basically close it by that clasp, and then it's just basically like the new Hermes Evelyn bag, but this is the older version of it. Really love it. And it's actually in a very classic color, which is a taupe. And I'm just gonna show you guys. This is how it hangs on me. It actually hangs on me very nicely. So these are the two of my handbags of as an example of why do I buy secondhand handbags. I'm sorry if I'm looking down. I'm looking down at my notes. So I want to move on to the next point, which is it is actually more environmental friendly. So I'm not gonna say that I'm completely in environmental friendly stuff. I'm still moving, working towards it, but this is another good opportunity for me because when you buy new handbags, it actually creates the demand. And unfortunately, as I mentioned before, a lot of brands have a decline of quality, and it's a very known issue. A lot of people are complaining, especially, just saying, I'm not complaining, I'm just allegedly, let's just say, Chanel this season have a few complaints throughout on the internet that a lot of people have seen a huge decline on the leather quality. Yeah, these are just a few things that kind of turns me off on like paying way more but a way less quality item. That's just for me. So I'll leave it for you to decide which is your preference. I do not judge anyone if you have different thoughts. That's just not me. If you have any thoughts or you want to share your experience, feel free to also leave comments down below, and I will be very happy to see what your thoughts are. And yeah, that's about my thoughts of why do I buy secondhand, why do I prefer buy secondhand. I'm gonna briefly go through. The first thing is it's just budget friendly. It's affordable. It's perfect for first time buyers. If you're thinking of buying your first designer handbag, why not go for secondhand? It's just way more affordable, and also leads to my second point, which is way better quality. Are you going for a $300 handbag that will last you three years, or are you going to go for a $300 handbag that maybe will last you 10 years? And also it's more environmental friendly, and I think this is a mainstream now, and which I'm very happy about. So let's try to make the earth last longer. And it goes to my last point, which is you can find unique design. You don't have to be the same. You can maybe find items that are classic, but it has its own twist, and I think that it will be a plus for if you want to kind of show your personality. That will be a great plus. So this will be the first part of the video. You might see a different of the background later on for the second part, because I'm so far haven't really been able to get the partial yet. I'm still waiting for it, but don't worry, I'll definitely film the second part for you, and I will see you guys later.